you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal, and today we're going to talk about a game where you play as a baby. And yeah, you play as a baby, and while that's happening in this game, this one is infinitely better than the last game where we talked about anything revolving around a baby. The last game we talked about was an unlicensed piece of garbage called Baby Boomer. And this one was done by Konami during prime Konami years. It was originally released for the Famicom Disk System in 1988. And re-released on the Famicom as a cartridge in 1993. This means that there are no actual physical releases, official physical releases for this game outside of Japan. It did pop up on the Wii U Virtual Console and the Wii Virtual Console and the 3DS Virtual Console. Otherwise, that was it. It's from 1988 originally, and it's an example of Konami taking elements from another franchise and putting their Konami sizzle on them and making them work. Today we're going to take a quick look at Bio Miracle Bokutte Upa. I don't know. But yeah. So this game, you play as a baby named Upa. But he's actually not a baby. He was a grown man, but he accidentally knocked over an urn that contained a demon, and the demon turned all the adults in the kingdom, took their essence and trapped them in baby form and trapped them inside the urn. Upa was able to escape and was given a rattle from a fairy that was trapped inside of the urn as well with the demon before he got out. And now Upa has to rescue all of his people and stop this demon and turn everybody back into adults. So you crawl around for most of the game until you get like an invincibility item, and then he does a little baby walk, and it's just the cutest. This game is adorable. It's also very fun. And yeah, I'm a fan of this one, and I am kind of sad that we didn't get it here in the States, but I feel like it might have been a little too weird and wouldn't have caught on here in the States. But as far as me comparing this to Bubble Bobble, one of the play mechanics that's prominent in this game is that Upa has this rattle. And the rattle, when you strike an enemy, the rattle turns inflates enemies basically. And they float for a while, and then when they shrink back down, that's when they're done. But so Upa can inflate enemies and use them as platforms. And that's definitely something that's done in Bubble Bobble to a degree. But instead of using a rattle to inflate enemies, you encase them in bubbles and use them as platforms for a bit, and then you have to pop the bubbles. You don't have to pop them in this game. But you can bump them and they will fly forward as a projectile. So yeah, this is legitimately a cool little game that has some cool strategy involved in how you deal with enemies. And it is absolutely something that I think anybody who is a fan of what Konami was doing in the 80s should figure out a way to play. And I'm going to help you with that right about now. If you are interested in getting yourself a copy of Bio Miracle Bokutte Upa, I am butchering that name. Bio Miracle Upa. That's the translation. If you want a copy of this, you can get Famicom carts. They're crazy expensive because of when they came out. It was like 1993. It was the end of the Famicom life cycle. Or you can try to, if you have a way to play them, get a Famicom, get the disc for the Famicom Disk System. That's a surefire way to play it. Or you can do like I did, or you can do like what was done for me and get yourself a multi-cart that has, you can find a repro or somebody who's selling repros. I have this game on a multi-cart that has a bunch of unreleased, in the States, Konami stuff on it. So it's got a bunch of Goemon games. It's got Crisis Force, which I adore. Getsu Fumadin, all that stuff on here. Just figure out a way to play this, because it's a solid video game and you should absolutely take the time to try it out. This has been the 8-Bit Animal. I will catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow. So I guess the best way to describe this one is The Color of Money, but in space. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.